Howdy, everybody. This is Leo Cloutier with Malice Toward None. It's indeed a pleasure to have as our guest here today at the Boston Garden, a friend of long standing, one of the outstanding executives in Major League Hockey and the National Hockey League with the Boston Bruins. Back again, and welcome home, Harry Sinden. Welcome, Harry.
Thanks, Leo. It's a pleasure to talk to you again.
Well, it's certainly a pleasure to see you, especially behind that desk. It looks very natural to you.
Well, I've been sitting behind one for the past couple of years, and I got used to it a little bit.
Yeah, but it wasn't hockey, was it?
No, it wasn't hockey, and it's not quite like being behind a bench either.
You're so right. You know, Harry, I had the pleasure of meeting you in New York and also in Montreal, but it was just to say a quick hello, but you were out of hockey then, but you had that look in your eyes that one of these days you were going to be back, and here you are.
Well, Leo, you know, I did miss hockey in the 2 years I was away. I say I missed it, and I was away from it, although I was involved as a spectator where you saw me a couple of nights, and I was doing some television stuff, but I really did miss the game, and I'm very happy to be back in it.
Well, I'm sure that hockey is very glad to have you back. I know your fans are, your admirers. Harry, of course, you've enjoyed the pinnacle of success in hockey. You led your club, the Boston Bruins, to the Stanley Cup Championship, and that probably has to be the greatest thrill you've enjoyed in hockey, or would it be?
Well, it was the greatest single thrill up to that time. I think our victory over Russia this year is, with Team Canada, is in the same area as that. I think both things gave me a tremendous amount of satisfaction and thrills, and I'll remember both of them with equal time.
I can see where you would. Harry, the victory over the Russians was not an easy one, was it?
No, on the contrary, Leo, it was an extremely difficult one, and a very fortunate one for us. I think we got the final break of a series of breaks, and to win that series with 34 seconds remaining in the final game, and it was, to say the least, an extremely difficult task to beat that Soviet team.
Harry, if you were to lead another team against the Russians in another year, is there anything that you would do different in the way of preparation?
Well, if we were to abide by the same format as we used this year in the selection of players, for one thing, an all-star aggregation, if we were to use the same format in the time of year and the scheduling of the games, if we were to use these same criteria, then I'd say no, I would do pretty well the same thing. However, I would hope that they would never use that format again. Particularly the time of the year forced us into doing things that really aren't our usual pattern, beginning hockey in early August and training for 3 weeks without really having the opportunity to play any games, and selecting a team of 35 players, which was necessitated by the fact the games were played at that time of year. All these things were a little unusual to us, and as a result, I think it was a very difficult thing for us to overcome once the games did begin.
Thank you, Harry. This was an interview with Harry Sinden, the managing director of the Boston Bruins of the National Hockey League. And this brings us to the end with Malice Toward None from the Boston Garden, Leo Cloutier with Malice Toward None. Good day.